What is up, Tube users, and welcome back to another installment of fantastically fun games for under $15. Today, we are talking about one of the most innovative, fun, and really good storytelling first-person shooter games that I've seen in a long time, and that is Superhot. This game is just so innovative with how to approach a first-person shooter game, and it is so great to see just how this game can just feel like something entirely different to what it is. Because really, I mean, just shooting red guys is the main premise for what you're supposed to be doing, but how it is done is just so well done and so innovative and just so cool and so just well done. It feels good, and it's just such a great game to play. So for those that don't know, the basic premise to this game is you want to kill all the red guys in each level, but the interesting part about this is that time only moves as you move. So as you look around, time will move a little bit slow. As you move, it'll move a little bit faster. It just kind of all dependent on certain variables and stuff. But yeah, it just kind of makes for really interesting combat because other enemies will have guns and stuff that will fire at you, and you're able to use the slowing of time to dodge the bullets and then fire back or try and get up close to melee them. It's just really cool how you can approach each level with this slow-mo ability that you have. And while this game doesn't have a whole lot of content to it, I think I completed the entire story in about 6 hours of game time. And there are some maybe less than that, because there are some endless modes where you can try and get high scores and stuff like that. It doesn't really have a whole lot of replayability to it, but it's still super fun. And honestly, for the $7.50 price tag that it's at right now, it is absolutely worth the price. I would say for its original price of $25 is a little bit steep just for how little of content there is in the game. But right now, I would say absolutely go buy this game because it is super fun. And I don't want to spoil too much of the story, but I mean, we'll see some parts of it play out in this video. But it is a interesting way and an interesting take on how the story is played out in this game. It just does start out with you kind of downloading the game off of a buddy that got you it, and then it just starts out with you killing red guys, right? I mean, there's not much to it. I mean, it's still fun and all, but then it does dive pretty deep and gets really interesting, especially towards the end. And I don't know if you would call it I don't know if it's a sequel or just a new addition to the series, the Superhot series, but Superhot Mind Control Delete, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, Mind Control Delete is the second one of this game. It's right now $10, and it's another absolutely fantastic game. If you enjoyed this game at all, definitely pick that one up as well. And honestly, for the few people that do have VR, Superhot VR is probably one of the funnest VR games out there. Just being able to move around in these spaces and kind of move at your own pace and do all these cool moves in VR is super fun to do. And it's honestly, I would say, top 3 for me of VR games. Obviously, I haven't played too many, but this is definitely one of the best. And I mean, really, the only downside I would say to this game is the lack of content for the original price it's at. Obviously, this game is and should be a sale game. There's not a whole lot. The endless mode, I mean, is fun, right? The gameplay aspect of this game is super fun to play, but I don't feel it has that much replayability compared to other games similar to this. It doesn't have a whole lot of changes, I guess it was. Like if you take a look at other games that have like endless modes, you think of like procedurally generated areas, just randomized enemies and stuff. All the enemies are basically the same. It just comes down to the weapons they have, so it doesn't really have all that much excitement to it, but it is still super fun and definitely worth the price that it's at right now. And the story of this game is one of the best stories just in first person shooters, because I feel like a lot of first person shooters, especially nowadays, have very bland stories. This one has such an interesting approach and is so intriguing just straight from the get-go, honestly. I mean, yeah, it starts out, well, I guess it does start out just shooting red guys, but I mean, just the gameplay aspect brings you in, and then the story holds you in place. I think the first time I played this game, I literally played through the entire thing all at once because it is so good and so fun, so interesting. All the adjectives, it was all the good adjectives, all the positive ones. It was just an experience that I really wish I could relive and just go back and play this game for the first time again. But I do think actually one of the cooler aspects and one of the best parts about this game is after you complete a level, obviously you're playing it through in slow motion, but after the level, as you've seen, you get to see your recreation of the level played out in real time, so you can see yourself dodging all the bullets and stuff and just see how it would have played out if you were just going at full speed, which you could tell it would be pretty tough to do. Obviously, I know people can do it, but it's super cool to see that played out, and it makes it so you can make some really cool just like video highlights of it, and it's super cool to see stuff like that. And one of the best parts I think about this game is how easy it is to just pick up, get into, and understand how the game works. It starts out kind of wonky, like the time slowing can be a little bit janky when in most first person shooters you just want to move around a lot, but this time you have to use strategy to make sure that you're not gonna get shot or anything, but everything else is really easy about it. Like any black objects that you see you're able to pick up and throw. Any guns that you have you're able to throw. The only thing that I would say is a little bit confusing is how ammunition works. I think for the most part it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you're not going to be using usually a full clip, but sometimes you do just have one gun, and it can be a little bit confusing just knowing how much ammo is in just certain guns. Like, I think this double barrel shotgun, like, you would assume it has 2 shots, but I ended up having more than 2 shots. Like, right there, I just shot my 3rd shot. And so it is kind of confusing, but it does give you an indicator of when you don't have any more ammo, so it's never really an issue, I would say. But yeah, I really do love the coloration aspect of this game, just having just the areas be plain white. You have your objects that you can use be black and everything, and then you have your enemies be red. It just is super simple. And then like areas where enemies are about to spawn in, it kind of has this like red tone to it, so there's a bunch of stuff like that that is really cool to just see and understand from the get-go. You don't have to have these like tutorials to understand how everything works. It just, because of the coloration of everything, you understand it right away. And I mean, just how the gameplay works and how everything feels, you really do feel like you're playing a John Wick game. I honestly wish this game would pair up with John Wick, do like a collaboration, because it just feels like you're playing in a John Wick game, and it would just be so cool to go to the different areas that he went in the movies and just to be able to play through those in this game, because it really does have that super cool feel of just blasting through enemies, being able to dodge bullets and stuff, and just be an absolute badass. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Go buy Superhot for $7.50 right now. Superhot Mind Control Delete for only $10. And if you can and are able to play it, definitely buy Superhot VR for only $10 right now. Each one of these games is fantastic, fun, and really enjoyable in both the gameplay and story wise. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Super hot, super hot, super hot, super